Here we are on the 75th anniversary of D-Day, and you know, the little stories you hear, obviously you hear about the brave troops. We lost 359 on that day, June 6, 1944. But then, you know, storming the beaches is one thing, but there were some really smart things that happened as well. And one of the veterans that I had the pleasure to meet was Charles Scott Brown, who told an incredible story about Winston Churchill and what he discovered about Adolf Hitler.
So every morning, Churchill, at the same time as Hitler got his, Hitler's horoscope was placed on his desk. And he'd pick it up and read it and say, uh-oh, Hitler's going to be annoyed today and he's going to make snap decisions. Watch out for things that are going to hit the fan in a hurry. And sure enough, it would happen. Or he'd say, holy geez, he's got a good day today. He's going to wind up at the shooting gallery. And sure enough, that's where he'd be. And he followed that, and that was the name of the game. And that came out after World War II.
Interesting about Winston Churchill and what a character he was. The leadership was strong, but so were the men and women, both the fighting troops and also the nurses and all the people that were back home here that were civilians that were helping with the war effort. One of the great sacrifices that was made during the war was by Alan Bacon. Alan Bacon's a 99-year-old Toronto man who went over there. He was born on the Danforth to fight. He landed on Juno Beach 75 years ago. About 10 days later, after fighting through all of that, he had a hand grenade. He thought there was an attack. When he went to throw the hand grenade, he saw some children in this village. So he stopped his motion and unfortunately blew off his arm. People at the war amps here regard him as a hero, not just for what he did on the beaches and later in liberating France, but also what he did when he came home and helping kids that lose limbs because of accidents in trains or lawnmowers and the like, and that he was a role model to help them cope. All these years later, when we reflect about all the men and women we lost in World War II and all the people around the world, we also celebrate the brave soldiers that went over there 75 years ago into incredible enemy fire, blood all around them. They stormed those beaches in Normandy and they secured it from Hitler. As we reflect on June 6, 1944, 75 years ago, we think about the peace that came out of the horror. It was an honor to talk to them. We don't forget any of the fallen. We don't forget any of those who went over there on our behalf. For the Toronto Sun, I'm Joe Warmington.